The moonlight cast a silvery glow over the small forest clearing, where a man named Elias found himself staring at the two figures standing before him. Their luminous eyes seemed to pierce through the veil of the night. Their forms were human-like, but there was an otherworldly aura about them that set them apart from anything he had ever encountered. He had been tasked with a mission to protect these two beings who called themselves Saria and Laini, twin alien sisters who had sought refuge on Earth. Elias had thought his life as a seasoned tracker and survivalist had prepared him for anything. But nothing could have readied him for this. He could feel the weight of their presence. As if the air itself shifted when they moved, they spoke in soft, melodic voices, their words laced with an odd resonance that made his chest vibrate. Yet their requests were simple: to keep them safe, to ensure they remained hidden, and to always stay near. As days turned into weeks, Elias found himself in a constant state of vigilance. The twins seemed to attract attention, not because they intended to, but because their mere existence disrupted the natural flow of the world. Animals would grow silent in their presence. Leaves would tremble on trees even when the wind was still. And the stars above seemed to burn brighter when they gazed at them. Elias knew danger lurked around every corner. Shadowy figures with advanced technology were scouring the earth for them, and he had vowed to be their shield. The first challenge came when they were ambushed by a group of hunters in the dense woods. Elias's instincts kicked in as he drew upon his training. Using the terrain to his advantage, he led the twins through a series of evasive maneuvers, guiding them to safety despite the odds stacked against them. The sisters remained calm, their confidence in him unshaken. Their trust was a burden, but also a source of strength. He had to protect them no matter what. As their bond grew, Elias began to notice strange occurrences. The night seemed longer when he was with them. His dreams became vivid, filled with strange visions of distant galaxies and endless expanses of stars. It was as if their presence connected him to something far beyond his understanding. And then there was the matter of their unusual need. They insisted on being close to him, especially during the night. They said it was a matter of survival, that their connection to him provided them with energy and grounding in this alien world. At first, Elias found the arrangement awkward. He was used to solitude, his nights spent alone under the open sky or in the shelter of a rugged tent. Now, he found himself sharing his space with two beings who seemed both fragile and impossibly strong, their glowing eyes watching him as he tried to sleep. The nights grew warmer, as if their energy radiated into the air surrounding them. Elias struggled to adapt, but he could not deny the sense of peace that seemed to settle over him when they were near. One night, as they camped by a quiet stream, Saria and Laini began to tell him their story. They spoke of a homeworld light years away, a planet teeming with life and beauty, but one that had fallen to ruin due to the greed and corruption of those who sought power. Their people had been scattered across the stars, and they had been sent to Earth as the last hope of preserving their lineage. Elias listened intently, their words painting a picture of a universe far larger and more intricate than he had ever imagined. Elias found himself grappling with a mix of emotions: anger at the forces that had destroyed their home, awe at their resilience and determination, and a growing sense of responsibility toward them. They were no longer just an assignment. They had become his companions, his charges, his reason for pushing forward even when exhaustion threatened to consume him. As the weeks turned into months, Elias's life became a blur of movement and evasion. The hunters grew more persistent, their technology more advanced, but Elias had become an expert at outsmarting them. Using the land and his resourcefulness to stay one step ahead, the twins began to learn from him, adapting to the ways of survival, their abilities subtly enhancing his own, their connection growing stronger with each passing day. But it was not without its toll. Elias's body ached from the constant strain, his mind weary from the relentless pursuit. Yet the twins never wavered their presence a constant source of comfort and encouragement. Their need for proximity had become a routine, a silent agreement that bound them together in a way that defied logic. Elias began to realize that their bond was not just for their survival, but for his as well. One fateful evening, as they rested in the ruins of an old cabin deep in the mountains, the hunters closed in. The air was thick with tension. As Elias prepared for the inevitable confrontation, he had set traps, fortified their position, and armed himself with whatever he could find. Saria and Laini stood by his side, their luminous eyes steady and unafraid. When the attack came, it was swift and brutal. The hunters moved with precision, their weapons deadly and advanced. Elias fought with everything he had, his determination fueled by the thought of protecting the sisters. The battle raged on, the cabin splintering under the onslaught. But the twins revealed a hidden power, their bodies glowing with an ethereal light as they unleashed a wave of energy that sent the attackers reeling. Elias could only watch in awe as the twins' true strength was unveiled, their alien nature no longer concealed. By the time the battle ended, the hunters had been driven back, their forces scattered. In the aftermath, Elias found himself staring at the twins, their faces etched with sadness. Despite their victory, they seemed more vulnerable than ever. He realized that their display of power came at a cost. Their energy depleted, their forms dimmed. He gathered them close, his protective instincts kicking in as he vowed once more to keep them safe. The night passed in silence, their bond stronger than ever. As they continued their journey, Elias began to understand the depth of their connection. The twins had chosen him not just as a protector, but as a bridge between their world and his. Their presence had changed him in ways he could not fully comprehend, his senses sharper, his resolve unbreakable, and his heart more open than it had ever been. They had become a part of him, just as he had become a part of them. Elias knew the road ahead would not be easy. The hunters would return stronger and more determined than before. But he was no longer afraid. He had found a purpose, a reason to fight, and he would do whatever it took to protect Saria and Laini, to ensure their survival and to uncover the truth of their existence. Together, they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. Their bond, unyielding, their spirits intertwined in a journey that spanned not just the earth, but the stars above.